Hi Cancer friends, this is your monthly astrological forecast for September 2016. Thank you so much for tuning in. Briefly before we get started, I just wanted to remind you guys that this is a very generalized horoscope for those born under the sun, moon, or rising/ascendant sign in the sign of Cancer. But don't forget that you have your whole chart to look at, okay? And I have posted a link to a website to where you can pull your chart up. You can see what is your moon sign, what's your rising sign. Especially the moon sign is very important for Cancer because you guys are ruled by the moon. So you can find that out if you have your time of birth, you know your rising sign. If you don't have your time of birth, you can still know your moon, your sun, and all the other planets that are involved. And don't forget to watch your monthly horoscopes for also your moon and rising signs if you know those. And also, if you would like a personalized reading that caters specifically to you as a unique individual with your own chart, okay? Nobody has the same exact chart as you, all right? And I would love to interpret it for you and give you a reading. Go ahead and look down below in the description box as well to where you can schedule a reading with me. All right, Cancer, now on to your September forecast. Cancer, you guys are a very home and family oriented sign and very emotional sign. And this month you're going to be quite within your element, okay? There's still going to be some other areas, some other energies going on in other areas of life, but home and family life are definitely going to be a huge focus for you guys. The reason being is because 4 signs from Cancer, counting Cancer as the first sign, is Libra. So Libra is what's called in astrology your 4th house. Whenever any activity goes on in the sign of Libra for you guys, this is a Cancerian energy, a home and family focus time for you. We still have some energy hanging out in the 3rd sign from you, which is Virgo, and this is more of a communication element. So we still have the sun hanging out in the sign of Virgo up until the 22nd of September. And this is shining a light and highlighting big time your 3rd house of communication and short distance travels. This is like the little day-to-day errands that you run. This is like your neighborhood. This is, you know, the immediate vicinity that you're in all the time and the people that are within that area. This is also said to rule, you know, your siblings and like other relatives like cousins and things like that, and also people that you're on teams with. So there still is a focus in that area, so you can be much more of a busybody because the 3rd house energy is very much like Gemini, the energy of Gemini, the 3rd sign on the zodiac wheel. So whenever that happens for you guys, when it's Virgo season, you guys are like very busy. You guys have an active mind. You may be a little bit more nervy and nervous as well. And you're going to look for many things to do because you're going to be easily bored. So anyway, the sun is there until the 22nd. So yeah, it's making you look for lots of little things to do. This is a great time for learning some new skills as well. Not like really grand like amounts of information, you know, like college level information. It's more like, yeah, little skills here and there, little things that you can do with your hands. Anything that you can do to stay busy, Cancer, is going to be highlighted up until the 22nd. So we still have Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your 3rd house as well. And Mercury will be there the whole entire month of September. It will be retrograde up until about the 22nd, but it's still going to be in shadow period for 2 weeks after. So pretty much this whole month, you're going to be experiencing the Mercury retrograde stuff that I talked about last month. If you were not tuned in last month to your forecast, I'll just break it down just generally briefly for you guys. Mercury retrograde is the time when the planet Mercury, which rules communication and speech and texting and emailing and writing and all that good stuff, it goes backwards, you know, so that's why there are some things that can happen a lot more, like typos and communication failure, whether that is during speech or electronic communication. I've noticed a lot of people during Mercury retrograde, they may like speak and have trouble speaking. They may skip words. There's a lot of mishaps that can happen. A lot of times your vehicle, you may have to put an emphasis and more focus on that because some things can break down because Mercury is showing you and going back, which is retro, showing you things that you missed, details that you missed. And this is a detail-oriented sign of Virgo as well. So this is the time when you need to really pay attention to that area of life. So your cars, make sure they're tuned up. Make sure you air up your tires. Make sure you replace tires that may have, you know, may be going bald, okay? Protect your phones and tablets with cases, because I always see people during Mercury retrograde, they lose their phone, they drop their phone. And Cancers, I love you guys. I have a lot of great Cancers, very, very near and dear and close to me. But you guys are terrible with phones because you guys don't normally look at a communication device that's like electronic as like real communication. You're more about one-on-one in-person communication. So therefore a phone is just, it gets thrown around, lost. It becomes a baby toy. People can't get a hold of you. So you're going to have a lot more of those complaints with Mercury retrograde in your third house. Okay, of people like, I can't get a hold of you, Cancer. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with your phone? Oh, I don't know what's wrong with it. Oh, I lost it. I lost it. It's tucked in my couch somewhere, and I just haven't really bothered to look for it. You're going to have a little bit more of those issues this month. So try to put cases on your devices, Cancer, and please, please try to be better with communicating. You're going to have to work a little extra hard with that, which I know may bug you guys and annoy you guys, but really, if you want your family members and your friends to not be annoyed with you, if you even care about that, please work hard to protect your phones, your devices. Come out of your shell, turn your phone on, go look for that dang phone, and answer those text messages, Cancer. Venus is in the sign of Libra this month for the majority of the month, for the first 23 days of the month. And this is your fourth house of home and family. Now, Venus, as you guys know, is a very, very positive energy. It's all about love and romance and the five senses, things that smell good and taste good, like food, which my Cancers are experts at food and nurturing. And this is going into your fourth house of home and family, which, like I said before, is very extra Cancer-y type of energy. It's all about home, family, food. So this is a time where you're going to be extra, extra sweet, Cancer. And you guys are already very sweet. Some of the sweetest people I know have Cancer energy. And this is a time where you guys are going to be much sweeter and feel like maybe cooking for people more. And you'll be like, I don't know why, I just feel like bringing everybody brownies today at work, but I'm just doing it. This is a time frame where you may have moments like that. As far as around your actual physical home, which the fourth house rules, this is a time where you may want to beautify your home a lot more. You may be wanting to make it more aesthetically pleasing and decorate it more, so you may be going to the store a lot more, like those home decor places, IKEA or whatever's in your area, or heck, even if you guys shop at Target, they've got some really cute home decor sometimes for cheap, okay? So this can be a time where you're really focusing your money and your time and your feelings in that area of home, making everything so much more pleasant. If you're in a relationship, which Venus rules relationships, this could be a time where you want to kind of be more of a homebody with the person that you love, more Netflix and chill time. More time to just spend alone enjoying some really good food, which you guys absolutely love, and I love you guys for that as a Taurus. And just really spending time at home, not really wanting to go out very much, even though, the sun is still going to be in your third house at the same time. Very busy, busy, busy energy. Venus in the fourth, how you enjoy yourself. If you don't have to be out there running errands and talking to people and all this stuff, which can be kind of draining for my Cancers, you're going to want to enjoy your time alone. At home, so much more with Venus in your fourth house. So the sun moves into Libra, which is your fourth house, on the 22nd of September. When the sun is in your fourth house, it's even more emphasis on home and family life, even more extra Cancer-y energy for you guys to enjoy cooking and taking care of people and nurturing and just being very sweet and loving. On the negative side, you guys are a water sign. Water rules emotions. Water just goes whoosh, all over the place, right? So that's how your emotions can be with planets in your fourth house. Very wishy-washy. The tides, of your watery energy are going to be high during this time. So you guys need to be sure to make sure you keep all the emotional stuff under control, if that's even possible for Cancers. You guys are known for being emotional, but try not to be out of control with your emotions is what I'm saying, especially around family, especially really being sensitive to where you're crying and irritating people all the time because you're like, why me? What about me? Woe is me. Try to keep that stuff under control, but really exude all of the wonderful qualities of Cancer during this time, which is nurturing and loving and really, really taking care of the people that you love. Another planet is moving into Libra this month that is awesome for you guys. And it's going to be there for a whole year, bringing so much goodness to your life, is Jupiter. Jupiter, the planet of expansion. It expands whatever area it's at. It wants to bring good things. It's like a genie, right? It's like this genie that just wants to spread all this goodness, to everyone. There's plenty for everyone. So for you guys, this is in your 4th house of home and family, Jupiter and Libra, from September 2017 until I believe September, sometime in the fall 2018. Okay. Now, Jupiter in the 4th house. I may make a video just specifically talking about Jupiter for each sign for the next year and how it'll affect you. So just very briefly, it expands this area for you. So that can mean expanding your home, which can mean moving to a new home that's much bigger, much better, much more, fulfilling for you. Home is so important to you guys. So this is an opportunity within the next year to really build and expand the home that you have, or move to a nicer, bigger one, move to a better neighborhood, to have some really good times with family, because the 4th house is just family in general. Much more good times with family. You may be much more jovial and happy and radiant amongst your family during this time. So Jupiter moves into Libra on the 9th of September. So this is going to be a very great time of new beginnings with home and family. So around the 26th of September, Jupiter and the Sun will both be in Libra around the same degree and in your 4th house of home and family, bringing so much good luck. So if any of my Cancers want to move or sell your home, this is an excellent time. If you want to sell, you want to buy around the 26th, generally the last week of September is a spectacular time for that. And there's also a new moon, which I will talk about in a minute, which is so important for you guys, that happens in this area too. So the last week of the month, Cancers, good time for family time, for moving, selling, or buying a home. So on to the next sign that is going to be affecting you guys this month, which is Scorpio energy. That's because Venus moves into Scorpio on the 23rd. She was in your 4th house. Now she's moving to your 5th house on the 23rd. And let me tell you guys, as a 5th house moon, I have a planet in the 5th house myself. So I am so familiar with this energy, and it is fantastic energy. It's all about fun, especially Venus. Oh my gosh. Cancers, if you want to have some fun, if you want to get out there, if you're single and you want to date and you want to have some romantic times, but please try not to get too attached with this other 4th house energy happening at the same time. It's very Cancer-y, very latching on your crab claws to somebody and not wanting to let go. If you don't want to have any of that mess going on, but you want to just have some fun, casual fun, Venus moving into Scorpio in your 5th house is such a great time. Go out there and date. Go to fairs, to festivals, go to concerts, go to, just enjoy going out to eat with somebody casually, and having a really, really fantastic time. Dating, casual dating is so amplified during this time. The energy is just so great for getting out there and meeting people. But like I said, you guys can have a tendency to be kind of, to be attached to people. So try to watch that, but really enjoy the energy though. Venus in the 5th is also a time where if you're looking to be a little more fertile, to produce children, just being honest, especially with 4th house and 5th house energy going on. 4th house energy is babies and family and planning a family, and then the 5th house is actually getting pregnant, and creating a child. My Cancers, if you want to have that happen for you, September is a very auspicious month for that. Venus in the 5th is also a great time if you already have children of your own. Spend some extra fun time with your kids. Get down there and actually color with them. Take them out to places that are all about them. Okay, I know my Cancers, you guys are usually, generally speaking, about your energy. Usually Cancer energy is very, very good with kids, loves kids, great parents. Venus in the 5th is going to enhance that so much more, and you can be childlike yourself and maybe talk a little more baby talk with them and have a good time. Or even if you have older kids, just make the focus all about them and you guys will have so much fun together. Some very important news for my Cancers regarding Mars. Mars, the planet of action, aggression, initiative, really making things happen, being very passionate and driven. Mars is moving into Capricorn on the 27th of September and will be there through part of October as well. So this is in your opposite sign, which is Capricorn, and opposite always means other people, okay, which can mean relationships. And this is what's called your 7th house of relationships. So with Mars in the mix, what I can see happening, especially with Venus in your 5th house at the same time, those two energies working together can bring a lot of great, passionate times with dating, okay? Passionate can be good or bad. Let me explain. Okay, so there can be the good passion, which is fun, romance, a lot of private, passionate moments, if you will. Or it can be passionate as far as you're meeting people, you're casually dating, and then something happens to where there's action that's taken that's aggressive, like you get upset with them or they get upset with you easily, or you lose patience when it comes to dating, you know, because Mars is a very impatient energy and it's in your house of dating as well. So there can be like some lovers quarrels that come up, but with Venus making a positive aspect to your 5th house of fun, I have a feeling that the lovers quarrels can easily be squashed by going out and having some fun, or staying home and having some fun. Wink, wink. It's a very, very hot and heavy time for Cancers towards the end of the month in romance. Now, Mars in the 7th house, if you're not into relationships or romance, okay, it can be a combative energy where you can attract combative energy to yourself. Even if you're trying to be the most sweetest, most kind, diplomatic person, it can attract that to you. So what you can do to counteract that, okay, the sun is in your 4th house of being a sweet Cancer. Try to remain sweet. Try to remain diplomatic. It's hard to have diplomacy with Mars in your house of diplomacy. Okay, he's battling diplomacy right now, like getting irritated and agitated with people. Really try to keep that under control with Mars moving there, especially on the home front, because it will be squaring, you know, which is challenging your home and family life. And with relationships, it's a little bit touchy, Cancer. So just be very, very mindful of that aggressive Mars energy. All right, so let's move on to the moons, which are so important for you guys because you guys are ruled by the moon. There are actually 3 moon events this month. So it's a very eventful month for you Cancers. We have a new moon eclipse, which is a solar eclipse that happens on the 1st of September. This is in the sign of Virgo. This is in your 3rd house. And the 3rd house, as I mentioned earlier, is communication and, you know, communicating with people. And this is in a conjunction with a point. It's not a planet, a point called the North Node. Whatever comes in contact with the North Node, it sends it north, right? It accelerates it. So with the moon ruling your emotions, the sun ruling your ego. And for you guys, the moon rules you. And the sun rules your 2nd house of money and earned income and values. This is a time when the sun and the moon come together in the same sign in the same degree, and they lay the foundation. They fertilize the ground for you, for something brand new to grow and sprout up, okay? And then it's in a conjunction with a point, not a planet, but a point called the North Node, which is also in the same sign, okay? And whatever comes in contact with the North Node, it sends it up north. It accelerates it. Okay, so with this being with communication for you guys, you can develop a new way to communicate. You can develop new skills because the 3rd house is skills of the hands. So if any of my Cancers want to take classes around this time, this new moon can really trigger and initiate and set the ground for you to learn something new that is awesome, that can help you with whatever it is that you do in your life, whether you're a working career Cancer or you're like a home, taking care of the home Cancer. You know, you can learn some brand new skills with this new moon. You can also have a new way to communicate. Maybe it's a good time to get a new phone, Cancer. Maybe a new way to communicate. Maybe some new skills. This is all being triggered the 1st of September with the new moon in Virgo. And remember, eclipses, the effects of them last longer than regular new moons and full moons, because usually the new moon or full moon is like the effects last from 1 month to the next, right? But with eclipses, it can be up to 6 months. And it's not like, boom, something happens the day of the eclipse. Actually, it can, but not always. It can trigger something to happen within the next 6 months for you. Full moon eclipse happens for you guys in the sign of Pisces in your 9th house. And this happens on the 16th of September. So this is also in a conjunction with Chiron, which is a planetoid or an asteroid that is nicknamed the Wounded Healer. It's all about where you've been hurt in your life, and you have an opportunity to heal yourself and heal others. And it's also making a square aspect, which is a challenging aspect to Mars in your 6th house. So this is when the sun and the moon are in opposite signs. Okay, the sun is still in your 3rd house of communication and learning, like, you know, little skills, and then the moon is in your 9th house of the higher mind, you know, expanding your mind, learning a lot of new things that are like going to benefit you in the long run. It's seeing the big picture. Third house is a little picture, little day-to-day surface level things. Ninth house is the big picture, big goals, big plans, you know, and it's also like college level education and skills. Now, with it being in conjunction with Chiron, the ninth house also let me mention the ninth house. It rules like religion. Okay, if you are involved in a religion. So some of my cancers, maybe you've been hurt in the way that you believe things, okay, within your belief system. And I don't want to get too deep into that because religion and beliefs are a very touchy subject, but you could have been like maybe wounded or hurt in regards to your beliefs. And this eclipse can bring about a change that helps you to heal from that and move forward and be happy. And it's a release. Eclipses and full moons are all about the release. There's a pressure that builds up from the opposition of the sun and moon. Then there's a release. So in regards to your higher education as well, maybe some of my cancers never completed their education, whether that's your high school education or college education, and you feel kind of hurt and incomplete by that. Well, this is an opportunity to bring about and initiate a completion, you know, with this full moon eclipse. I have a cancer that's very close to me, and this is exactly what they're doing. They never got their high school diploma, and it really hurts them as a person, like, you know, their reputation and like how they feel about themselves and their worthiness as far as, you know, having a serving a purpose in the world, having a career. They feel like it holds them back. So finally, around this eclipse, they're going to get their GED. So this is just one little example of what it can bring for you, but definitely a change that's a release with your beliefs. And also maybe like traveling, getting out more in your life, Cancer, because you have a tendency to stay within your shell, within your city, your hometown, only with your family. But this eclipse may trigger you to finally make a voyage and venture off somewhere that's actually very pleasing to the heart and to the soul. So the last moon event that's happening this month is a regular new moon. It's not an eclipse, in the sign of Libra at 8 degrees Libra in your fourth house of home and family. And this is in conjunction with Jupiter. So Cancers, okay, around the end of the month, this is another trigger point for something great to happen with buying or selling a home or moving or renovating or making a big change within your family that is positive. Jupiter is all about positivity. Okay, so really take advantage of the energy if this is something that is important to you in your life. But also, if you're not a Cancer that is really involved with your home or your family, you don't really have a family, you don't really care too much about home, which is rare, but everybody's different, right? If you're a Cancer that is not concerned about those things, this can be just your emotional well-being, because the fourth house is the roots. It's the soul of a person, the root of a person. What really makes you feel good inside and what you really relate to as being your heart, okay? So this can be a really, really big change, a positive change that brings more of a great feeling in your life of expanding your heart, growing a bigger heart. You know, a lot of my Cancers, you guys, you get hurt in life emotionally because you give and you expect the same back in return. And if you don't get it, you can really close off into your shell and become resentful and mean, you know, and snap at people with your claws. But if you've had things like that happen in your life, Jupiter in your fourth house and then a new moon initiating a new beginning and a change can bring about more happiness in your life, Cancer. So really take advantage of the energy that way. This is a new moon on the 30th. Woo! Last but not least, I know this is long, but hey, I have a lot to share with you guys, and I want to make sure you guys get all the information that you need. I'm going to pull 3 angel cards this month, okay? 3 angel tarot cards. And one is going to be pertaining to the solar eclipse, new moon, on the 1st of September. The second one is the lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 16th of September. And then the last one is just overall for the month of September. What is the message that the guides and angels and that the unseen world, okay, what do they want for me to communicate to you guys, all Cancers in general, for the month of September? What's your lesson? What's your message, you know? So I'm going to go shuffle your cards and pull them and be right back to share them. All right, Cancer. So the cards that I pulled for you this month are as follows. For the new moon solar eclipse on the 1st of September, the 4 of water came up for you. Missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom, open your eyes to the possibilities. This new moon is happening in your third house, okay? The third house rules the mind, and it is an energy of having to stay busy, very busy doing multiple things in order to avoid boredom. So this card is super appropriate. So on this card, the mermaid in the picture, she is looking over at these empty cups in the background. That means to me, she's looking back, okay? And since this energy is happening in Virgo, the same sign that Mercury is retrograde in, there's a lot of retrospect going on here. You're looking back at maybe something that you feel like you could have done or you could have learned or that you could have achieved. And you're like, dang it, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? But you're missing out on the fact that there's this like really pretty cup right here in front of you, gold rimmed and everything, right next to you. Okay, so this is telling you that you need not worry so much about the coulda, shoulda, woulda, okay, which is back here. You need to focus on what's right in front of you that can still be achieved and still be accomplished for you this month. So don't dwell, Cancer. This is a water card. Water symbolizes emotion. You guys are emotional creatures. And anytime there's a lunar event, you guys are ruled by the moon. So they're going to really deeply affect you. But like I said, and you guys are so emotional. So like going back to the past is something that you guys are prone to doing a lot anyway. And Mercury retrograde can sometimes be killer for you. I totally understand that. This card is telling you, don't dwell. Just keep on looking forward and keep moving ahead. And you'll be successful in whatever it is that you want to do. So the card that I pulled for you for the full moon lunar eclipse on the 16th in the sign of Pisces is the Queen of Fire. So on the card, confident, warm, intelligent, graceful, stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. So how appropriate is this card? Because this full moon is happening in your 9th house, which is a fiery energy. The 9th house is an energy of like really just going for what you want, going for your goals, and not letting anyone or anything stand in your way, and seeing the bigger picture. So the message on this card, and this card is so appropriate. Check out this queen. She's not your average queen, like sitting there on a throne, you know, just like, ho hum, feed me my grapes. She's not like that. Look at all the warmth in this card. Look at the warmth and the warm energy that's on her face. Look at the fierce look on her face. This woman is fierce, okay, hunty? So, Cancer, this is telling you what the message for this full moon eclipse is to be very, very, very ambitious, okay? Do not dwell back in the past because you have some greater opportunities waiting for you to take advantage of. And stretch your wings and fly. Yes, honey. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't be afraid. Like, I know you guys like to stay in your shell, within your realm, within your comfort zone. But this month you're going to be challenged to branch out of it a little bit. This could be with travel. This could be with learning. This could be with just like little experiences in life that maybe you don't have to go very far physically for, but you really need to welcome those in with confidence and with grace. Oh, like it says on the card, of course. Just welcome them in. All right, Cancer? So overall, for the month of September, I meant to only pull one card and two came out. This also happened with Gemini, so you guys have something in common this month. So the first card that came up is the Wheel card. Time for positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. Okay, so usually this means like there's a situation that maybe was stuck for a while and it's finally starting to move forward for you guys and become unstuck. And look at the Archangel Michael figure on here. He has his arms folded. He looks kind of stern, but he looks confident to me and secure, and like he knows what he wants and he's like not letting anyone get in his way. He's just really standing for what he believes is right and what should be happening. So what this tells me for you is just really stick to your guns with whatever this situation is that is coming up for you that you really want to move ahead with. Okay, this can be with like your educational things that you're trying to accomplish, skills that you're trying to learn. Maybe if you have like family that's hanging around, although Cancer doesn't mind family being stuck in their house for like many, many, many decades. Just kidding. If you guys have anything going on pretty much that is a situation that was like really hanging over you, really hanging out in your shell, and you wanted to kick it out, this is the time where it can move forward. All right? During the month of September overall. And the last card for September overall that came out is the Strength card with Archangel Ariel. Oh, she is so gorgeous on this card, isn't she? And she is walking a couple of large animals, some tigers. Oh, wow, beautiful. So it says great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness and compassion. So let me tell you, this month there's a lot of energy that's associated with Sagittarius. Okay, Mars and Saturn are in Sagittarius. The great things about Sagittarius are travel and education and things like that, and being welcoming to foreign energy and foreign subjects and people. But the negative side is being way too focused on the surface level judgment of people, okay? And also the full moon in your ninth house, that's a similar energy to Sagittarius, which can be kind of judgy sometimes when it comes to other people, like, you know, categorizing them based on religion or culture or race, and and just like, oh, okay, that's what you are, like, then that means this or that. No, not always. So you need to be welcome and open-minded to other things and other ways of looking at people. Look at all the sparkles on this card. There's a rainbow in the background. There's a nightlife in a city. Look, I'm telling you, this month you're going to have to get out of your shell, Cancer, for real. And you can really glow and shine just like the angel on this card. She's walking freaking tigers, for goodness sakes, like, and she's a lady. So, and Cancer is a very feminine energy. But even Cancers have strength. You guys have to be brave this month with whatever situations come up for you, okay? You don't just turn to your mommy and daddy, to fix things, even if you're grown-ups. Some Cancers tend to do that. Don't be fronting, Cancer. You know you do. Some of you guys do. But it's really up to you to be on your own this month. And yeah, just forgive people. Forgive for the past. I mean, there could have been like some family situations for you guys that were a little tough for you, but it's time to forgive that. It's time to release, judgment and past hurt and pain, which Mercury retrograde could be bringing up for you guys, and just move it along and be very strong and be very confident this month. All right, Cancer, that was it for your monthly forecast for September 2016. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful in some sort of way. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, so that you can get your monthly forecast from me for free every single month. And also, don't forget, if you would like a reading from me, a personalized reading specific to you and your situation, look down below and there is a link to where you can order a reading, and I will be so happy to schedule one with you. All right? Well, take care, you guys. I will see you in October. Peace.